Hey there, it's Mark from Men Who Bullet. Thanks for hanging out today for quite a big video. This is my 5 years, 5 things I've learned in bullet journaling video. I can't believe it's been 5 years and I've made it through all of these notebooks. I started my bullet journal journey in 2017, and really it just came out of a culmination of just needing to find a new way to prioritize my life. I've been trying to do it digitally for a really long time and not a whole lot of success there. A friend of mine introduced me to the bullet journal method, and I didn't really follow along with it for a while. It seemed very involved. But then after trying a handful of other things, I came back to it. I watched all of Ryder Carroll's videos and really took the time to understand the bullet journal method and what it was and what it meant and what it was all about. And then since then, I've been absolutely in love. I started a YouTube channel, I have an Instagram account, and I've just been sharing my love for the bullet journal method and planning for the past 5 years, which is pretty incredible. So in today's video, I want to share with you 5 things I've learned over each of these years, one by one, not one by one of my different notebooks, but year after year, I've learned kind of a big theme. So let's go ahead and get into it with theme number 1. The first theme that I learned in my first year of bullet journaling is to actually follow the bullet journal method. This might sound like a weird thing, but the truth be told, a lot of people diverge from the original bullet journal method when they get into creative planning. And it happens because we focus a lot on our spreads and the design and not necessarily on the methodology itself. This is my experience, so I'm just sharing this with you. It's not saying that anyone is wrong in the way in which they take on their planner, but I've heard from a few people who have been bullet journaling and they're like, I actually didn't even know there was a method around this. I thought this was just designing your own planner. But there is an actual method, and if you're not familiar with the bullet journal method from Ryder Carroll, I highly recommend that you go and check out the website, bulletjournal.com, or even the bullet journal method book. You can even get it on an audiobook if you want, and listen to Carroll and why he created this and how you can be intentional in your day-to-day and your week-to-week. You can certainly have fun in your journal. I have had so much fun in my journal. It's one of the reasons I love it so much. It's because I can express my creativity, but the bullet journal method is incredibly important in your success inside of your bullet journal. Okay, let's go ahead and go into theme number 2. And this is what I learned the most in my second year of bullet journaling, is that perfection is not realistic. You can create really cool spreads. You can try to have the most amazing handwriting, but the truth is that you are going to make mistakes, and that's absolutely okay. You have to expect that you're going to make mistakes because honestly, as cliche as it sounds, it's the only way that you're going to learn what works, what doesn't work, how you actually bullet journal and keep things together. So if you make a mistake, cross it out, move on. Do not rip out your page. Do not paste something over top of it. Just really focus in on what you need to try to achieve and what you're trying to do intentionally, and that will help you be incredibly successful in what you're trying to do inside of your bullet journal. All right, theme number 3 is... Just kidding. I know what it is. It's actually remembering to use your bullet journal. I know this might sound weird as well, but the truth is you have to build your bullet journal into your daily habits. Like any good habit that you're trying to build, you have to incorporate it and be intentional in what you're trying to achieve. Let's say that I wanted to be extra fit and I wanted to eat healthy and I wanted to look awesome and be muscular. Well, I would have to eat right and I'd have to exercise and I'd have to do that on a daily basis. Same thing goes with your bullet journal. If you really want to be successful, and this is what I learned in my 3rd year, is you have to be intentional about building that schedule. Honestly, I learned that early on, but in my 3rd year, I really doubled down and focused on being intentional. What I mean by that is that I actually blocked the first 15 minutes and the last 15 minutes of each of my days to focus on my bullet journal. I'm either setting up for that day or I'm reading back through what happened in that day and preparing for the next day. So really focus in, make it intentional, make it a ritual, make it something that you do every single day to be successful in your bullet journal. The 4th thing that I learned, and this was a really big thing for me as I started to pick up more and more traction, both on social media and YouTube, is do this for yourself. And I really, really mean that. For me personally, and anyone that shares their bullet journal online, we do that with an intention of educating and inspiring other people. And if you find that you're working for your bullet journal instead of your bullet journal working for you, you're gonna burn out and you're not going to want to do it anymore. The same thing goes for online. If you're creating things in your bullet journal just for the sake of sharing them and not for actually using them, and then you don't get the likes or you don't get the follows or you don't get the interest that you think that you deserve, you're going to quit. Just how it's going to work out, because you're not getting anything out of it if you're only creating for other people. So focus on yourself. If you want to share, by all means do it. I think it's amazing to see other people's journals and how they use it and how they solve their own problems inside of their bullet journal. But more than anything, make sure you are doing it for yourself, and that will also help you be super successful and make sure that you carry along with your bullet journal for years to come. The fifth and final thing that I'm going to share with you today, and what I've learned especially in the past year of bullet journaling, is to be open-minded around journaling. And what I mean by that is you have to try different things to find out what you like. I've been bullet journaling for 5 years. Pretty incredible. Probably the longest I've ever done any single hobby or thing in my entire life. But what I've loved the most about doing this and getting more involved in stationery and working with different pens and different notebooks is I found what I love. I know what I like and what I don't like. And as I continue to move forward with bullet journaling, finding new products that I include, whether it's what I'm writing with every single day or the notebook in which I do that work, I know what I like, and I have so much fun in exploring and finding new things. Your bullet journal is not supposed to be a job. It is a tool to help you be more intentional with your life, whatever your goals might be. And if one of your goals is to completely just celebrate and love your joy of stationery, and you want to find ways to bring that into your bullet journal, you have to have fun and you have to be open-minded. I don't think anybody gets the thing right on the first try, and if you do, you're extremely lucky person. I kind of wish I had that sometimes, but then also I kind of am glad that I don't, because it's given me the opportunity to try different notebooks, different sizes, and see what works best for me. I probably have 100 more tips that I can share with you over the next 100 years that I'm bullet journaling. That would be nice, wouldn't it? But that's not realistic. But what is realistic is that you can really have a ton of fun, be super productive, and really enjoy the community of bullet journaling and really relying on those around you when you ever get stuck. And I'm one of those people. So if at any point you're stuck in your bullet journal or you have an idea or a problem you're trying to work through, send me a message, drop me a comment, and let's work through it together. Because I think that the other thing that I've really learned in the past 5 years, this is more like a bonus tip, is that having a community around you is incredibly important. Finding good people with like interests that want to help you succeed is key. And just so you know, if you don't feel like you have anybody on your side, I'm on your side. I want you to be successful, and I want you to have a lot of fun while you're doing it. It really still blows my mind that I've been doing this for 5 years, and I have no intentions of stopping with my bullet journal. I am interested in exploring other things. We'll talk about that in future videos, but for right now, I am just thrilled to be able to share with you 5 years of experience for me, and I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. What have you enjoyed the most about bullet journaling? Whether you've been doing it for a few months or more than 5 years, let me know. I'd love to hear from you. If you liked this video, I have some other great tips for getting started with bullet journaling in this playlist right here. Definitely check it out if you're getting up and running or you want to refresh yourself with the bullet journal method. And I'll talk with you very soon. I promise you. Happy planning.